Have you ever wondered why there is only one human species on Earth today? 70,000 years ago, this planet was a garden of different human species. From the muscular Neanderthals in Europe, to the resilient Homo erectus in Asia, to the mysterious Denisovans. All of them coexisted. But then, they disappeared. Only we, Homo sapiens, remain. What happened?
Imagine a world unlike anything we know. 70,000 years ago, you could walk through the forests of Europe and encounter a group of large, stocky Neanderthals with prominent brow ridges. If you traveled to Asia, you might see Homo erectus, who had survived for nearly 2 million years. In Indonesia, you would meet the dwarf-like Homo soloensis. And everywhere, these human species were struggling to survive. They hunted, foraged, and even communicated with each other in their own unique ways.
First hypothesis, the interbreeding theory. This theory suggests that when Homo sapiens migrated out of Africa, they met and interbred with other human species. Their genetic material mixed, and today we carry a small portion of Neanderthal or Denisovan DNA. This explains why many Europeans and Asians have Neanderthal genes. However, this hypothesis has a major flaw. If interbreeding was significant, why don't we see any traces of a hybrid human species? Why aren't there human populations with 50% of these genes and 50% of those? This suggests that the interbreeding was not substantial and only one species truly thrived.
Second hypothesis, the replacement theory. This is the hypothesis that more scientists support. It suggests that when Homo sapiens arrived, they did not interbreed. Instead, they completely replaced the other human species. But how? Was it a brutal war, or simply a competition for survival? The answer lies in a unique ability of Homo sapiens, an ability no other human species possessed: collective imagination. About 70,000 years ago, Homo sapiens underwent a major turning point called the cognitive revolution. Our brains began to work in a completely new way. Our language was no longer just for describing reality, but also for creating imaginary stories and myths. We could tell tales about gods, tribes, and spirits. These stories became an invisible bond, allowing us to cooperate in large numbers. While Neanderthals could only cooperate with people they knew by face and name, sapiens could work with hundreds, even thousands of complete strangers simply because they all believed the same story. This was the decisive competitive advantage. When two groups of sapiens and Neanderthals faced a resource crisis, the Neanderthal group could only cooperate within a range of about 150 people. Meanwhile, the sapiens group could gather from many small tribes, forming alliances to create an army of hundreds or even thousands of people. They could plan complex strategies, delegate tasks, and execute plans that no other species could match. This power of cooperation transformed them into a super predator. They easily pushed back or even wiped out other human species in the war for territory and resources. Archaeological evidence shows that the disappearance of other human species coincides with the arrival of Homo sapiens. In places where sapiens set foot, other species gradually vanished. It wasn't an overnight event, but a prolonged process, a relentless competition where the species with superior intelligence and the ability to cooperate emerged victorious. This is not a beautiful story. It's a story of dominance and extinction. Homo sapiens not only conquered other animals, but also their own relatives. We became the only human species on this planet. But the price was the disappearance of an entire human family. And perhaps the most tragic part is that we will never know what we lost. We will never know what the world would have been like if Neanderthals or Denisovans still existed.
But why was this struggle for survival so fierce? And what exactly was the course of the survival war between Homo sapiens and Neanderthals? We'll find out in the next installment.